Good morning, and welcome back to the Humble Healer podcast. And also, welcome to those who is first time listeners. Thank you for tuning in to this podcast. And my name is Dr. Quang Lei, family medicine physician, and this is episode number 36 and part 4 of the empowering your mind to find contentment and success. And I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving, a reminder of being grateful every day, not just on Thanksgiving Day. In the previous episode of this series, we talk about the important influence that our subconscious mind has on our daily behaviors and attitudes and beliefs. And the second episode continue with the discussion about how to communicate with our subconscious mind in order to cultivate positive behaviors, attitudes, and beliefs, and also to find success and contentment in our lives, as well as the third episode I recommend for our subconscious. I recommended communicating to our subconscious every day on your daily meditation in the morning, which is the best time to make that communication and connection to your subconscious. So message number 9 is bad behavior is vocabulary of the deeply wounded and of those whose burdens are more than they can bear. This is from, I believe, a Christian monk, Francis Boyle. Again, bad behavior is the vocabulary of the deeply wounded and of those whose burdens are more than they can bear. This resonates with most of us working in healthcare setting, as we have dedicated our professions and our life to help those whose burdens are more than they can bear. It can be challenging at times when one is on the receiving end of the bad behavior. Once we ensure that it is safe to help those wounded patients, it is important to make an attempt to identify those burdens that they cannot bear. And we may be able to have breakthroughs with their medical and mental health care. From my personal experience, those breakthroughs can be life-changing for those patients once we identify and also share what we identify, because a lot of times those patients, they don't realize themselves their own burdens that they cannot bear. And once we point them out, they may be able to help themselves or get help. And in the end, that can transform or change lives and correct those behaviors in the short term. So it can be extremely rewarding to those who make that extra time and effort to try to attempt to identify those burdens. We can do that much better if we tend to our wellness also, which allow us to be resilient and absorb those burdens that patients share with us without worsening our stress. And if we are burned out already or stressed out in our everyday lives, then it's a lot more difficult to put up with those bad behaviors. And this not only will worsen our burnout and stress, but also affect our ability, compromise our ability to care for these patients. And who knows, if we escalate, this can lead to escalating situations that can affect safety for us and also our colleagues. So remember that podcast about self-compassion, my very first episode. This also affects how we can take care of our patients in a compassionate way and allow us to identify those burdens they are going through. This is not unique to healthcare settings, of course. One can see sufferings anywhere you look and may encounter bad behaviors on a daily basis. And if possible, and I know it's not always possible, is to absorb it, pause, and think about what burdens there are that may be causing those behaviors. Even sometimes you get cut off by some, drivers on the road, somebody saying something rude. Just pause and see. There's an example on the Book of Joy where the Archbishop Desmond Tutu was driving while he was in a passenger in a car driven by the author of the book in Jacksonville, Florida. As they were driving on the highway, they were cut off by another driver. And the Archbishop said, well, the driver may be heading to the hospital, while waiting for his wife to deliver their baby. So, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it's kind of funny and amusing, and everyone laughed it off. But just like that, they move on. Whether it's true or not, it's not as important. Message number 10. Life is short, and this is my favorite. Life is short. I may not see another sunrise tomorrow. and I will live today like my last. This is an important concept of Stoicism, which I will dedicate a series toward, because that is my way of living, my way of life. It's a Stoic principles guiding my living. Accept and embrace the fact that we will die. Wake up and do something amazing with what you have today. He says someone, right? He says someone that you have been trying to connect. Do not be afraid of rejection. If you reach out, there is no response, then you can be at peace, since you already have made that effort to try to reconnect with that someone. Is that someone or something that you should be apologizing for? Get that out of your chest so you can unburden yourself. Have you practiced self-compassion today? Have you practiced self-compassion throughout your life? It's time to start. Don't wait. And have you practiced an act of random kindness today? Ask yourself this question: if today were my last day, would I be proud of what I'm doing so far? Am I leading my life the way that I want to live my life? Have I lived up to my life vision, moral code, or standard? Is there any regret with the way I have lived my life so far? It's time to change. You may not have another chance. Don't be someone that have full of regret on their deathbed, saying they should have done this and that and this and so on. Be the one that are at peace. Those who are mortality salient, those who contemplate about our death or their death, report improved life satisfaction, improved social behavior, more likely to focus on the present and what really matters in our lives. People who reflect on their death regularly have greater clarity around their goals and values and are more likely to live according to those goals and values as well. So yesterday, I was thanking my youngest daughter, who's 9, said, "Hey, Corey, I had a great family time this evening. If anything happened and I'm not here tomorrow, I'm okay with that." And she looked at me a little disturbed and said, "I'm not okay." So she's right. We can live our life that way, but maybe the kids are not ready. And my other kid, who is 12, your daughter, and she asked, "How's your day today, Dad?" I say, "Every day above ground is a good day." And she said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I know, I know, I know. You gotta have some bad moments of a good day." He said, "Yeah, but don't let that ruin your good day, because it's all depending on how you see it and how you respond, right?" It's still learning, and I'm trying to teach, but it's not that simple and easy. So, here is a summary of the top 10 messages to communicate to your subconscious every morning. The best time to communicate before your analytical brain wakes up and makes it more difficult to communicate. I'll put it top 10 to 1, with 1 being the most important. And I'll go over them quickly, since we talked about this from previous episodes also. So message 10 is: I am mindful and aware of what's happening right now without wishing it were different. Live your life mindfully. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift, and that's why they call it the present. When we fail to keep our mind on the present moment, our thoughts disperse and scatter, leave us unable to concentrate or appreciate life. Being mindful reduces stress, anxiety. Being mindful allows us to focus, and as we talked about it later, able to observe our thoughts and not allow you to calm yourself down in those very anxious moments. Learning how to be mindful, focusing on your senses, focusing on your physical state of mind, mental state of mind, will snap you out of that tizzy when you have that panic attack or panic reaction. Mindfulness is the best medicine that you can activate anytime. So learn mindfulness every day, live mindfully every moment. Your life will be better, and you will be less stressed. You'll be able to deal with panic attack or reduce the risk of that or anxiety attacks. Sleep better, and so on. Message number 9: I will do my best and forget the rest. Focus more on the process, not the outcome. Focus more on the journey, not the destination. When you set out to do something in your life, give it 100% effort. Then, regardless of the outcome, you are already a winner. Those who do this on a consistent basis tend to have better outcomes and destinations. Ignore the noises, since other people's opinions reflect more of their state of mind rather than on how you do. You cannot rely on that. Be honest but kind to your own self evaluation. Remember that the only comparison you should make is to yourself yesterday. Try to be better. Remember that success is a series of small wins you have along the journeys, sprinkled with failures in between. Small habits lead to big changes. Message number 8. I will not make any assumption and will ask questions instead. Assumptions are damaging. You should replace them with courageous questions instead. While asking questions can be difficult, it's the only way to beat back against assumption. Assume is making an ass of you and me. Think about just remember that. Do not assume. Inquire, then make an informed decision about your thoughts. Message number 7. I'm not my thoughts, for I am an observer of my thoughts. Mark Twain said, I am an old man who has suffered many great misfortunes, most of which never happened. Our life can be a series of catastrophes we let ourselves define by our morbid thoughts. Debate, correct those self-defeating thoughts on a daily basis. I am worthy of love. I'm worthy of compassion and kindness. I am strong. I am kind. I am resourceful. Tell yourself that every day because you are. Turn your subconscious from your enemy to your friend. It can be your best friend. When it becomes your best friend, it allows you to find happiness, love, and compassion and kindness, not only for yourself and others. Do not be your own thoughts. You can change that if they are self-defeating. Message number 6. I have no control over most of what life brings, but I do have control over how I respond. Embrace the uncertainties, for what that is where real growth happens. Life is 10% of what's happening, 90% of how you respond. Have the courage to change the things you can, serenity to accept things you cannot change, and the wisdom to tell the difference. It's in the Bible, it's in the Irish proverb, no matter what it is, where it comes from. It is a universal truth. Learn that, practice that, and you find inner peace and happiness. Relinquish control. Surrender to what life gives you. Learn how to respond without emotion to what life gives you. I am grateful for the health, safety, and happiness of mine. That's message number 5. And my family for having another day in this beautiful life and so many other things that I'm grateful for. Happy people are grateful, and grateful people are happy. A rich man is one who rejoices in his own servings. Life does not have to be perfect to be beautiful. Please start a 5-minute gratitude journal. The gratitude mindset keeps the envy, anger, resentment, bitterness mindset away. They can coexist. Once you're in that gratitude mindset, it will keep those negative mindsets away. So the longer you spend on gratitude, either reflecting, writing a journal, meditating on it, the longer we'll keep those negative mindsets away. Message number 4. There will be resistance, obstacles, and challenges today. And I welcome that probability. Knowing that life can throw a wrench on our routine at any moment helps reduce the stress and frustration that comes with dealing with these minor, sometimes major life challenges. Set that expectation and you will be more prepared to deal with these setbacks with serenity. Expect the unexpected. And remember, the 10%, don't let that ruin your day or even your life. Deal with them, accept them, even embrace them. Message number 3. Bad behavior is the vocabulary of the deeply wounded and those whose burdens are more than they can bear. Talked about that at the beginning of this podcast. One can see sufferings anywhere you look and may encounter bad behaviors in those on a daily basis. Again, if possible, before reacting, just pause and think about what burdens are causing those bad behaviors. Message number 2. I am enough just as I am, and my worth is inherent and unconditional. Everything you need is already inside you. People can tell you that you are the best when they are happy and the worst when they are angry. How they see you reflects how they feel at the moment. Do not rely on what others think of you to define who you are and how well you do. This also applies to self-care. You deserve self-compassion, love, and kindness. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. Hopefully you'll believe that you are kind, compassionate, deserve love and kindness and compassion. That's what you are. So talk to your subconscious because it is important for your subconscious to believe in that. And then when you make choices, let's say relationship, friendship, family, those will guide you. And allow those who treat you with love, compassion, and kindness into your inner circle. And those who don't, especially those who put you down, you can be kind to them, but they don't have to be in your inner circle. Message number 1. Life is short. I may not see another sunrise tomorrow, and I will live to love, and I will live today like my last. Ask yourself this question. If today was my last day, would I be proud of what I'm doing so far? Have I lived my life vision? Have I lived up to my life vision? Moral code standard. Is there any regret with the way I have lived my life so far? Am I living my life the way I want to live? If there's no regret, if you like the way you're living your life, that's great. But just ask yourself that question, as if today were your last day, since that is a real possibility. Reflecting on your own death or mortality brings you more happiness, peace, and will motivate you to do what's right for you, your loved one, humanity,